for keeping you waiting. But what is going to be given to you, you will see that that was more than waiting. So I will start by recognizing the high table. We have the Honorable Minister of Investment, Trade, the Honorable Cabinet Secretary for Investment, Trade and Industry, Honorable Lee Kinyanyui. Hope I pronounce it, but I'm learning how to pronounce it so that by the time of the summit, I will learn it, and Dr. Tobias is teaching me very well. I would also like to recognize the presence of Honorable Minister of Trade, Transport, Industry, and Tourism, Dr. Hassan Kibeya, who is the chairman of the COMESA Council of Ministers. Also like to recognize the presence of His High Commissioner of Zambia to Kenya, Mr. Alfred Musimuna. He's representing the Minister of Trade, Commerce and Investment of Zambia. Also like to recognize the presence of the PS Regina Obam, Secretary for Trade, and like to recognize the presence of the Deputy Director from the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, and also all the directors present here, the public servant, and you, the media, and my colleagues, the COMESA Secretariat, who have been here since Monday. Some of you, I interacted with you yesterday, and today is a very big day. In the big day, we count the number of days that are left for us to receive our head of state and government. Yesterday, I was told that we are left with 19 days. So definitely today we are with 18 days. So we don't have much time. 18 days from now, a very massive inflow of people will be coming into Nairobi, Kenya. 21 member states that represent 682 million people. I repeat, 682 million people, their government, their private sector, their head of state will be converging into Nairobi to discuss critical issues that face our region. And you members of the press, I also recognize you because you have a very critical role to play. A critical role to play in sensitizing your nation, sensitizing the people of Kenya, of the Republic of Kenya, also sensitizing the East African community. I mean the East African, because Kenya is also a member of the East African community, not only of COMESA, but also beyond the borders of these 21 countries. You have got a very massive role to play because we want to mobilize as many private sector people. We want to mobilize as many development partners. We want to mobilize as many head of state to come. The challenge that we are all facing, first of all, we have our own challenges. Africa is a continent with at least 60% of youth. If you take either 1.2 billion, someone told me it is 1.3 billion or 1.5 billion, just multiply 60% of 1.5 billion people of Africa and you, the youth, how many we are. I don't know how many you are, but I'm counting myself also into it because I can think like you. Now, But the government cannot give job to all of you. It is impossible for job to be created in the government for all the people. So what is the alternative for absorbing these people who comes on the market for job almost every year? The solution is regional integration, but in regional integration sounds very, very absurd to you. So the solution is SMEs, creating entrepreneurial, empowering you to start your own business. And you don't only start your business for yourself, but you also employ other people. So you create jobs. And when you are creating job while working as an entrepreneur for yourself, you are helping the government, the head of state, our ministers who are seated here in absorbing and resolving the problem of unemployment. And it will be discussed during the business forum, which is taking place on the 7th. How, and the report of the business forum will be presented to the head of state. We are also going to showcase our horticulture. I know that Kenya, we have got many farmers in the, I would say, in planting flowers. I'm told also potatoes. And then there is a third one, which is part of the horticulture. We are bringing the European buyers. We are bringing the European buyers here and also together to interact and engage with those who are in the farming. Might be that it is your role as a press, as a media, to try to revalorize agriculture, the land that we have plenty of them. It will be important that agriculture becomes a priority for us, not only for food security, but also as a source of employment. It is a potential source of employment for all of us. And we really need to think about it seriously. And that's the reason why the Europeans have decided to work with COMESA, to come here to see what we as a region we can produce and we can sell to them. And that is what my colleagues are working on, what they call the EU Horticulture Connect, which will take place on 6th. There are 100 people who are meeting, and they will also go and visit 3 farms. I was just asking them whether the 3 farms have been identified. Yes, the farms have been identified. If you are one of them, you know that at least 25 to 30 people will be visiting your farm, and it will be also giving PR to your farm, and you will be also boosting your morale to produce a bigger quantity, and this will take place on the 6th. Then after these 2 events where we are bringing buyers and sellers and bringing the private sector, we now bring on board the ministers of foreign affairs to discuss issues that concern our region. Of course, we talk about market, we talk about trade, but when there is no peace, when we cannot travel peacefully from one place to another place, it becomes difficult for not only for us to travel, but also for our goods to be traveling. So it becomes difficult. So the foreign affairs ministers will be meeting on the 8th of October, and they will be discussing issues relating to governance, peace, and security. Now, on the 9th, that's when we have the Big Data Summit, and the summit is the head of state. There will be all the report of the various meetings will be converging and will be discussed by the head of state. Now, why we are here as the COMESA delegation, first was to assess the readiness of the preparation. And yesterday I expressed very loudly and clearly that as COMESA, we are very, very happy with the preparation. In fact, you have done more than what we expected. Kenya has done more than what we expected. So you are very, very on track. You have done a very good job, and we just have to continue doing this job for the remaining 18 or maybe a few days more. Only 18 days left for us to continue on the same speed or if at a higher speed. And you are very much there. The peer that we want from you, and of course there is a peer firm that has been hired to work with you, so that we give the information to the public, because public needs to know what is COMESA, why COMESA is coming to Nairobi, Kenya. Why do they have to come to us? Why do government has to be involved in the preparation of the summit? And we want all these questions to be answered on a daily basis. And I requested the PS, I requested the minister, and I requested the director, and I requested even the secretary for trade and everybody to be appearing on the TV or to be appearing on or to be talking on the radio or on the newspaper. There should be a slot on COMESA so that you understand even the basic things of what is COMESA. Who are the 21 member states of COMESA? Who are the head of state of COMESA? What business do they have to do with Kenya? Because without trade, it will not be possible to give you job. Without trade, it will not be possible to create that wealth which you are paid at the end of every month. And without trade, it will not be possible to really raise our standard of living. So all these things are part of the philosophy of COMESA and the regional integration. I was reading the Vision 2030 of Kenya, where you want to become a middle income by 2030. You are already 2025. For me, I think 2030 is too far. You are soon going to be a middle income country. And we need investment to come in. And we need to produce more, and we need to sell more. And that's how we can eradicate poverty forever, and we can eradicate unemployment, and we can address food security. So my job was to give this one and to thank His Honorable Cabinet Secretary, Madam P.S., for the support they have given to COMESA Secretariat, for the support they have given to my colleagues who have been visiting. I know that we have been in touch with the government from June, but it dates back from last year. It dates back from last year, from the very time the government of Kenya was elected. When Kenya was elected as the vice chair of the COMESA authority on 31st October 2024 in Burundi. So it dates back from there. And we have been working from that time, trying to see how we can make this event a reality. And Honorable Minister, Madam PS, with your team, I can simply say thank you very much. And we are sure to have a resounding and very successful summit. and all our objectives will be addressed. Praise people, keep doing your job, and I will keep monitoring how many articles are appearing on the press, how many interviews are taking place on the TV, how many radio interventions are there, and everywhere people should be talking about COMESA. So I thank you very much for your attention. So, Honorable Minister, thank you very much, and over to you. Thank you.